Hello and welcome to the last video of the Page Builder Essentials. In this video, we are going to make sure that our project pages, our project detail page, also has an update functionality, and we are going to round up connecting all our pages together. So let's dive into that. All right, let's open up our detail page. We've seen some smaller items such as the data tables. We have worked with interactions, etc. We've worked with a lot of features already. But now I want to make it a little bit more hidden. I want to add an update functionality that you don't immediately see, except for just the press of a button. And I'm going to do that by using something called interactions and dialogs. So the first thing that I'm going to add in my page, in my column above the divider, is a dialog. This dialog will only appear on the press of a button, but we'll get there later. The first thing that I want to make sure is that on this dialog, I'm going to add an update form for our project. We have a dialog here. This is a standard dialog, the way it's shown in BuddyBlocks, and I can hide that by clicking on the area next to it and press the visible in builder option. Well, as you can see, nothing's visible right now. And if I open up the dialog again, I press the dialog component, click visible in builder, and there you go, the dialog appears. So this is what it's going to look like for us, for the builders. I'm going to remove the text. And then in this box, I'm going to add the update form. This is also a neat form that we have in our form components. I'm going to drag this into the dialog, and I'm going to say that we want to update the project on this page. And what's the information that we want to update? Well, we basically would like to update almost all of the information: the title, the description, the start date and the end date, the status, the image, and the user. So in this case, I do want users to be able to update the status, because maybe they want to update the status from to do to in progress manually. So let's add these, press save. So now it's almost done immediately. The only thing is that this form doesn't know what project it is updating. So here we also need to make sure that we add that filter that filters based on the page ID. So the only thing that we want to make sure is that the update form picks the correct project that it needs to update. And if we open up the filter, we see that project ID equals project ID. Well, that is sort of correct. It needs to make sure that it connects to the proper project ID, except it needs to connect to that page ID that we made ourselves earlier. So make sure that you select that exact ID, press select. So now the project ID of the form that has been created by the component equals the ID of the page. Press apply, press save, and the dialog is almost complete. The only thing we want to do is make it look a little fresh, so we can say update project instead of the dialog text up top. You can do that by simply clicking on the text and changing the content on the left-hand side. Then we scroll down, and we now have some buttons that say send, cancel, submit. The cancel and submit button are from the dialog. We don't really need those. The cancel button, however, would be nice to have to the left-hand side of send. Maybe let's place it. What does it look like if we put it on the right-hand side? I do like it on the right-hand side, but I want some space in between. Well, I can simply click on the send button and change the outer space to large. And now there is some space between send and cancel. And we can remove the box at the bottom because we no longer need that submit button from the dialog. We simply have send and cancel. Well, and there's one more thing that I would like to do is when I update this project, I want two things to happen. I want this dialog to close, to no longer show. And I would like this page to be refreshed, just like happened with the task items. And I can also do this, I can do this by using the interactions. So let's create a new interaction and say, whenever we have the success of this action, hide our dialog, press save. And what I also would like to do is on the success of this action, I would also like our page variable to be refetched. And we can do that by grabbing the refetch page variable. We can select the page variable available on this page, which is the project page variable, and we can press save. And well, what that does is it does the same as what it does with the task data model that we have done in the previous video. It gathers all the information anew and makes sure that the page shows the information we want it to show. Well, that is amazing. We have finished the dialog. The only thing we want to do is make sure that we know how to trigger that dialog. And we can do that by grabbing a regular button, and I'm going to drag that regular button, put it next to the dialog. I'm going to put it underneath in the column. I actually want it to be on the right-hand side of the page. So I'm going to click on the column that the button is in. I'm going to open up the alignment tab, and I'm going to say I want the alignment to be on the right. Let's see what happens if I set it to top. It doesn't change much because everything's very narrow in this column. The button, however, is on the right-hand side. I do like that. And I'm going to change the button text to update project. There we go, update project. I'm going to change the style to that outline style. I feel like that fits with the rest of the items here. And we're going to add the interaction to this button that it opens or closes the dialog. So whenever I click the button, show or hide the dialog, press save, and well, we basically have this feature up and running. So let's make sure that we test it. Because yeah, what is a feature if you don't test it? It's very important that we run through it every now and then and make sure that we know, hey, this thing that we've just created, it works. So let's make sure that we change this background maybe. And instead of cool painting, I would like to call it by a fresh painting. Think of something. Anyway, I want to update it. Well, I'm going to go to this update project button, click, and it displays my dialog. That's exactly what I want. By a neat looking painting. There we go. I'm going to set the status to in progress. I'm going to upload a new image. There we go. And I'm going to press send. And there we go. Wow. So the page immediately updated. We have a new image on the background. The status is updated. This is getting close to working. So now the only things that we want to change is make sure that these pages connect well to each other. So make sure to check out your menus. And well, let's give them a little run. So tasks is now going to navigate to tasks. The tasks back office. There we go. And I am also going to go to the home page. Tasks here will go to the tasks overview. So I'm going to unlock my card again, click on go to page, and say that this is going to the tasks back office now. I'm also going to change this to task overview and give it the same icon as the project overview. I would like to keep everything a little bit unique and then similar in here. Task overview. And we'll make sure that we push these changes. So press play, make sure that it is compiled. I'm gonna open up the project create. We have all these pages. Task back office, select. And once that page opens up, we know that it's properly compiled. Oh, I see that my session has ended. That is what happens from time to time. There we go. Logged in. The project overview It already has the information that we wanted to have. Actually, I need to edit the partial from this pre-built page and make sure that this button now also senses to the corresponding environment. There we go. Get that page up and running, ready to roll. And then moving to the last page, the detail page. Does it seem the way I want it to seem, the way I want it to look? Yes. All right, let's open it up and let's move to our home page and have a look and see if everything works the way we want it to. So we have our project management tool. I can go to the project overview. I can view a project. I can update a project. I can look at the tasks. I can add new tasks. I can go to the task overview to manage the different kind of tasks. We can even open up the user management from here. These are the ones that have been auto-generated by the application for us. Certain roles that we have, certain users that we have. And the last thing I forgot to do. Let me quickly add that in the task back office, that you can also navigate back to the home page by clicking on the icon here. I do just always like to add that in here. So let's make sure that we get that. So we have this side menu. I'm going to unlock it and press the media icon, and I want this to send us to the home page. There we go. Send us to the home page. Move back. And now press compile again to see if that actually works. And once we've set all of this up and done and ready to run, we have rounded up, we have finished our page builder essentials. This is the basics. We now know how to add these things together a little bit. By the end, I am also going to add and change some of the things regarding styling, because branding is very important, but not for now. I would like to keep it to the functionality of the pages and a little bit of the styling. And we know how to add things to the left or the right. We know how to add nice and neat looking icons. So the only thing that I'm missing right now is some more automation and some more neat functionalities. And that's something that I want to do with actions. And we're going to do that in the next course. So thank you for watching and see you in the next course.